is the internet going to get mad about this video? And is there anything you'd like to preemptively address before people get angry?
There's so much that they're going to get angry at. And preemptive? No. It's like we've got 200 pedals, we've got space echoes, we've got everything happening, and it's going to sound like shit. It's going to sound like shit if you have 2 boards on or all 8 boards on, and if we undo the 8 boards and loop them all together, it's going to sound even worse. So there you have it. It's our 8th birthday. If you want to celebrate your 8th birthday with 200 pedals, then
or 300.
300, then do it.
Yeah. That's a lot of pedals.
There's a little flat spot on this mic. I find that that's where my thumb goes to show the Demovids logo to the camera.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Pro tips.
Pro tips! So what kind of reactions are you expecting from the people coming tonight?
I'm hoping that people are really excited and just kind of walk in and get a little bit of the deer in the headlights kind of thing and just that excited. Yeah, I hope there'll be a lot of like, oh my God, I have that. Or, I heard that pedal's really awesome. I'm excited, Not that you'll be able to distinguish individual pedals tonight.
What was it like playing through that crazy rig?
It's a beast.
It was crazy. It was awesome, though.
Oh, it was very confusing.
Kind of like trying to control chaos, but at the same time creating the most beautiful noise you can create.
There's sound that like almost sonar kind of sound.
Yeah.
I like that. This is awesome. It's my favorite thing to do is play through pedals. So.
Well, my favorite thing to do is to play 200.
And to play through all those amps at the same time.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
It was great.
It's an amazing range of sounds that you can that you can get out of all of those. It's 200 pedals, I guess.
Tell me what it was like playing through that rig.
Humiliating? If this all goes bad, who are you going to save first, the pedals or the people?
People.
No, the people can save the pedals. There's going to be more than enough people who can grab 5 pedals each, run outside, and return them to Stompbox Sonic.
Find your buddy.
Yes, find your buddy.
If you have to save the pedals, obviously they're in banks. Which bank do you save first?
I'm torn between the space echoes and the modulation. It's like the modulation is just my favorite one. It's the weirdest.
Have you done any calculations about the total value of pedals out on the floor right now?
I don't want to think about it. Can you put a value on 2 people's heart and soul? I mean, I guess you can,
Yes, you can.
but we can't.
You can't.
We're priceless.
I agree that you are priceless. What got you guys into the idea of trying to chain 200 pedals and several space echoes together and do this wacky thing? Whose idea was it? When did it happen? Did you try to talk each other out of it? Or are you each enablers to each other's insanity, or what happened?
We were definitely inspired by the pedals and effects video, and as we were watching that and thinking like, next logical step is 200 pedals, and then of course you realize what goes into that and how just wrong that idea is. But there's just that little part of you that's like, it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like you can't not do it. And then it just becomes a fun logistical challenge of how do you actually do it? Is it possible to even, dial things in so that it sounds cool, or do you just kind of go with it and make a whole bunch of noise? Q Division Studios, when we came in and pitched the idea to them, and it's a 200 pedal thing, and we're trying to keep it kind of, simplified as possible. And then, of course, Rafi's like, well, we can't just send it to one amp. We gotta get, and because I was like, well, maybe we'll do like a stereo thing, and he's like, oh, we can do better than that.
You are responsible for that insane wall of amps in there.
I imagined it as a hurricane of sound.
A monsoon of sound.
I'm on sound.
Yeah.
There we go.
It looked like there were a few moments where it got a little stressful.
So as these things happen, when you're setting up so many things, you've got ground loops and other buzzes and hums and things that are lining up. So we had to work through those. And there's 200 pedals.
Is there?
I think so. Maybe it was 201?
Why would anybody do that?
I have no idea. That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Stompbox Sonic, we exist to help musicians find their sound. We try to keep it fun and keep it about the music that the musician wants to make.
We have, people who play cello or people who play harp or viola who you're not necessarily bringing that into a big music store and going through their stuff. It's really started out almost more like retail, and now it's morphed into the business that we wanted it to be, consultation based and like really working with the musician to get the sound that they want, putting them in the driver's seat, having them with their equipment.
A lot of times we'll go to different events, and we're talking to this one family. The daughter tugs on the both parents' sleeves. It was like, they're like Ollivander from Harry Potter. They match the wizard to the wand.
That's totally true.
And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. This is so good. Anything you could start to think about to go down that rabbit hole of how fussy do you want to be, you could just I could spend limitless time worrying about that, and I just had to keep coming back to, it's just supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be this crazy rock and roll thing. So that's the idea of the pedals. I mean, it's totally ridiculous to hook that many things together, but that's sort of the fun of it, like a nice dinner party, but with gear.
Crazy about pedals, and I love making the big waves of feedback and all that stuff. I sing with it.
There were the specific pedal banks.
Yes.
Which was the one that you were kind of most drawn to?
Probably the combination of the drives with the modulation when it was going wheel, wheel, wheel.
That was cool.
That's about as technical as I can get.
That's good. We're on the same level then. Honestly, from where I was standing, it seemed like you had been using that rig for like a year, and you had it all figured out, and you're like, I've got this whole thing I'm going to do, and it was actually really impressive.
When you're using the rig, the bank of 200 pedals, you have to kind of just forget about notes, forget about chords, and it's more about like controlling these environments, these sonic environments and scapes.
Almost like creating a painting with sound or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Your instrument that you made yourself, correct?
That's right, yeah. It's a homemade guitar. It's just welded steel.
It's amazing.
It's not for novices. It's a serious.
I feel like
real thing. It's like.
if you want to master it, it's not for novices.
Anybody can go in and just like, but if you wanted to, it's like the aircraft carrier. You can't. You have to know what you're doing.
Which pedal sounded the best?
Which group of 25 pedals sounded the best?
No, just which particular pedal.
No.
Okay.
Is that like a real? Is there an answer? Have you asked anybody else that question?
Not yet, but we've got a good.
That's not a good question.
We've got a good thing going on here, so that's why I figured I'd ask you.
Okay.
I'm not someone who's like good when they're not prepared, and I got all self-conscious.
You should have read the manual.
I really should have read the manual. I'm gonna try to go back for seconds and redeem myself. So maybe we can do like another interview in like another 20 minutes. Have you been smoking pot? You smell like pot.
No.
No.
Smoking
How
pot.
many pots have you smoking? Which pedal am I going to steal when they're not looking? Actually, I was thinking a lot earlier if there's going to be like a loss prevention team at the door, or a cashier.
I'm going to steal the Strymon Big Sky.
Strymon Big Sky for me. I'm just noticing you didn't answer the questions, so now we're gonna watch you for all of the pedals.
We should ask Kurt what pedal or grouping of pedals are you most excited about to try?
Well, yeah, you do know the answer. It's because 2 of the pedals out there I made, and that's the group on the top right. So that's what I want to hear because that's where the good stuff is.
So yeah, we have a lot of local builders that we think are awesome, like Nerd Knuckle FX and John Snyder's Electronic Audio Experiments, Midfi, Bill. Nice. We've got Copper Sound, Klon, Bill Finnegan's pedals, both one of his original pedals, and then also his new KTR. And we got stuff from Earthquaker Devices, Fuzz Rocious. One of the Fuzz Rocious we have is Jen's personal heliotropic that Shannon did custom graphics on. We have the Dwarfcraft Boris Eau Claire Thunder that we got Boris to sign one of their last times they came through. So it's just like a lot of fun personal memories, but also companies that have supported us. We got a bunch of cables from Lava Cables, and True Tone hooked us up with some really awesome power supplies, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun, and we've gotten a lot of support from people to do this and kind of egg us on.
Hey, thank you guys so much for being on Demovids, and we really appreciate the invitation to come down here and do some filming and celebrate your 8th birthday with you guys and take part in this ridiculous 200 pedal extravaganza.
Thank you so much for being here. We're, figured, you guys would appreciate what we're doing and have fun and enjoy it. Demovids, Demovids, Demovids!
Nailed it!
Demovids, Demovids, Demovids!
So the pedals are like dolphins in a tuna net. No.
Hi. Here's my question, okay? Are you ready for this? If effects pedals are so great, why are there acoustic guitars?
Because you need a break from all that sound.
Taking a break from all your worries
Sure would help a lot.
like to get away. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Down, 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 down. And they're always glad you came. You wanna go where the troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
I have that effect.